bro. So what is your thoughts now on the passport bro movement? Because we get asked about it all the time, man, and we've been.
And again,
tell us about passport bros, blah blah blah. And it's it's what I've always said in general is that. Well, actually, let me hear your take on it, and then I'll give you my perspective. What's your take on it now that you've been over there and you kind of see?
Well, I do think that there's probably some truth to it. Like if you're having some trouble getting a woman or attracting good optionality, you can do geo arbitrage. Like just go someplace where you're
appreciated.
Yeah, exactly. Why not? But it's not just for those guys. Like, who wouldn't want to have a more peaceful, respectful, feminine, easygoing woman?
Yeah.
And I think the usual pushback from the women, oh man, I got some very angry emails all from
Welcome,
women
my friend.
after that
Welcome.
episode.
Yeah.
Also from Asian women, interestingly. I got a few that reached out that said that I was pigeonholing the Asian women. And I can see that, where I had a conversation with a woman recently about this, where there's these positive stereotypes about Asian women. It's like, don't tell everybody that Asian women are just respectful and submissive, then they're going to come to expect it. It's like, okay, fair enough. I'm sure not all Asian women are like that, but that's a positive expectation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Women of different races, they have to work against negative expectations.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, I get that it might be annoying, or maybe there's a pressure to live up to some certain positive expectations, but it's a good problem to have, all things being equal.
Yeah.
Like, is it really that bad that people assume that you're good at math? Like,
Yeah.
I guess if you're not that great at math, it could cause some difficulties, but, she was telling me how she was given a job. She was offered a job as an accountant just because she thinks that she was an Asian woman. And I had to remind her, it's like, the upshot here is that you were offered a job just because of your race.
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
that's a
Take
good
it.
problem to have. She says, but I don't want to be an accountant. I was like, I get that, but you got offered a job.
Yeah. Yeah.
How many
Can you
other
imagine
kinds of
That's
women
wild,
are
bro.
going for a job just for being black?
Yeah.
That'd be amazing. By
What
the
was
way.
that? Fried chicken tester? Purple drink tester? I mean, you got some purple drink
Pick the
right
grapes,
now.
nigga.
Shout out to Grill of Mine, man. We got some purple drink right now, man.
He's like, yo, no way. No way.
Since it's nigga time.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Y'all like
Let's
that?
do it.
Oh, yeah. We got the wing
Grape
spinners,
juice
too.
and brushes, man.
Grape juice and brushes now, baby. Oh, man.
man.
Link is below. What, Mo? Oh, yeah. RP Strong Stream, guys. We're going to do that tonight, by the way, as well. We're going to cover the top 10 or 20 Red Pill songs.
After the after hours.
After the after hours. So you guys are going to get a three-peat today, man.
But the way I see
Sorry,
it, to
please.
go back to that, which is, I used to think that you would just go to one of these countries like Thailand or Colombia because you couldn't catch fish here in America. But
Right.
like even master fishermen take their boats to where there's more of the fish that they want to catch.
Yeah.
And they can catch it more easily.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
just because you can, and I do believe that, you can still find quality women in America.
Absolutely.
But it's so much easier to find
Quantity
quality women.
is more over there.
Sure.
And I wouldn't even consider Japan as like a passport bro, because normally
No, it's
here's
like
a
Thailand.
yeah, they give like a negative connotation to guys that like want to travel to get women. Like, but the thing is with Japan's actually pretty expensive. Tokyo is one of the most expensive cities in the world.
Not right now, man. The yen is very weak against the dollar. So
Oh,
if anybody wants to go
okay.
to Japan, now is an excellent
Now's the
time to
perfect
go.
time to go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Since
Things have changed, huh?
inflation, yeah, it's been going. But yeah, but in general, right? Tokyo
Sure.
has been a very expensive city to be in, which is good that the yen is down now.
Versus Colombia is super cheap. Everyone goes there.
Because Japan's a first world country versus like where everyone else goes typically for passport destinations: Brazil, Eastern
DR.
Europe, DR,
Yeah.
Colombia.
Sure, you make
et cetera.
$100,000. It's not that big of a deal, especially
Yeah.
in a place like Miami. Oh my gosh,
Yeah, yeah.
that's you're like just a schmuck here.
Yeah,
with
the money's what-
100,000.
yeah.
But you have 100,000 in Thailand.
Oh.
You're going to be treated like royalty down
It's like a
there.
millionaire.
You're
Pretty
king.
much.
Yeah, making $100,000 in Thailand is like you can live like a millionaire in the United States.
And that's the same thing. It's like the hypergamous instinct is more or less universal, right? So women want a significantly better offer. And I think a significantly better offer is generally an order of magnitude. So if a woman is making $100,000, you have to be making seven figures in
Yeah.
in this country to represent a significantly better offer for
Yeah.
her. And how many men are making 6-7
Not a
figures a
lot.
year?
Yeah.
Exactly.
And not only that, I mean, this is a controversial take. This is my opinion, not everyone else here at the table. But I talked about this when I was at Access Vegas. I said men have to work significantly harder for a worse product of female in 2023. I mean, you have to earn significantly more money. You have to be significantly more charming. You have to be more handsome. You have to be more attractive in every regard, right, as a guy in 2023. But what are you competing for? You're competing for women that aren't virgins. You're competing for women that are going to be probably come from a promiscuous past, aren't going to be submissive, are going to be combative, are going to challenge your authority. Like, you have to work way harder and you're getting a worse product. So it's like, God damn, what am I doing here, right? Versus you go back 70 years ago, a regular guy can work at a steel mill, make, 20, 30 grand a year, be able to raise a family off that, and be pretty rest assured he could find a woman that would be submissive and dutiful to him. But that you can't find that anymore.
Times
It's very
have changed.
difficult.
Yeah.
One of the great things about my podcast doing well these days is that I now do consultations with guys from all over the world.
Nice.
And I was doing a consultation with a guy from, let's say, the Middle East. And
Okay.
he told me that American men are the best men in the world, and we get the worst deal out of any men in the world. More along those lines.
Yeah.
He did the geo arbitrage, but in a very clever way. He
Okay.
targeted, he used Instagram as basically a dating
Nice.
app, and he targeted university girls in his home country. He just sort of looked for people who were
Hashtag
posting at the
geolocation.
university
Yeah.
and started to DM them directly. And he
While
was
living in the West.
he was living in Portland, Oregon.
okay.
Listen, I called this years ago. You remember, right, bro? What did I
Yeah.
say? What's the biggest date app in the world? Instagram.
It's Instagram.
100%.
Yeah.
For sure.